Welcome to CrashMagic. Today we're going to take a look at another classic card trick and a version of it that's really simple to learn and perform. Let me use this rider back bicycle set of cards to hopefully show you something really special. We don't need any jokers, so let's get rid of those. Now I'm going to need your help to perform this trick today, so I'm hoping your powers of intuition are in good form. Okay, I'm also going to need a card from another pack of cards. Any card will do, so let's use this one. I'm not going to show you the face of this card, but we're now going to push this card into the middle of the pack. There we go. As you can see, it really stands out, and I want you to see that it's fairly going right into the middle. Now, I purposely didn't show you the face of that card because I didn't want you to know the value. So it might be this King of Clubs, or it might be this Nine of Diamonds, or it could even be this Ace of Diamonds. It could be any of these cards at all. But if possible, I'm hoping that you will be able to try and find that red card. Okay, I'll spread the cards out on the table, and I want you to be drawn to a card and to touch that card. Totally free choice. Don't let me influence you or allow me to force any card onto you. Which card would you like? Three of Diamonds. Would you like to change your mind? You would, okay. Touch any other card you like. Queen of Hearts. So you had totally free and fair choice of any card in the pack, and yet you eventually settled on the Queen of Hearts. Wouldn't it be a miracle if you chose the one card with the red back? So that truly is a magical card. So let's maybe try one more thing. If we take your red card and place it here. So your red card was the Queen of Hearts. Let's place it on top of the pack, and then if we use this card to now paint that red card and see if we can get a transfer of ink from this card to the rest of the pack. We'll place the pack down on the table, spread them out, and now every card has changed colour. Now of course the only problem is I'm now going to need to go and buy a new colour box. Well, I hope you enjoyed that performance of the colour changing pack. Of course, I didn't want to reveal the name of the trick in the video before this or in the thumbnail, because then of course it lessens the surprise. And likewise, when you're showing this trick to a spectator, it's best not to mention the name of the trick before they've seen it. So to perform this trick you need two packs of cards with different colour backs. Blue and red always work well, and it's also good if you've got the colour box for the main set of cards that you're going to use. So I'm going to use blue backs for my main set of cards, and if you've got them, take the two jokers out, as I think this subconsciously helps with this illusion, and then also take out any of the other cards. It doesn't matter which. Okay, once we've done that, if we then take a few red cards from the red pack, say about 5 to 10 cards, something like that, and place them on top of the rest of the blue cards, and then set this pack to the side. This is now our red deck. Then we take the rest of our red cards and place our blue card on top, and our two blue jokers go on the bottom. So this now becomes our blue deck. We put it into our blue box like so. We can put our red deck away to the side somewhere, and that's our setup complete, and now we are ready to begin. So we start our performance by taking our pack out of the box, and I always put the box to the side with the blue up. Again, just leave it on show all the time. Always, of course, when handling these cards, you've got to be careful not to flash all the red cards in the pack, so just make sure the blue's always showing. Then we can go down to the bottom, again remove the two jokers, and again put those face down on top of the box, so again it impresses in the spectator's mind that this is a blue pack of cards, which is really what we're trying to do all the time. All the time we're trying to impress on the spectator this is a blue pack of cards, but without ever saying that, because of course you would never normally say that in a trick, oh look, this is a blue set of cards. Doing that's just going to arouse suspicion, so we're just going to try and make that put that impression in our spectator's mind without actually saying it. So now of course you can do a false shuffle if you like, as long as you keep that blue card on the top. So the way I do that is turn the cards face over so that they can see the cards. They can see all the cards are different, but you can keep the blue card on the top. Of course you do that by just applying pressure to the top and the bottom to keep that blue card at the top of the pack, or bottom as it is now, and shuffle the cards. Again, that gives a good impression that all the cards have been shuffled and you've seen that there's blue backs all the time. Next step then is to get a red card. Now I've seen before where people just literally get a single red card. I personally don't like that because it looks too set up to me, so I prefer to get our red pack that we've set up with some red cards on top, and then just casually spread out a few without showing the blue ones underneath, and just seemingly randomly take one of the top cards. I think that just gives a better impression that we're using a red deck of cards to select a red card from. Okay, so once we've selected our random red card, then we don't show the face to the spectator, of course. We just leave this red down, and again I wouldn't even mention it's a red card at this point. I would just take it and put it somewhere near the middle of the pack. Obviously this is a real powerful point here where you can see the contrast between the red and the blue colours, and then push the card right into the middle. Now at this point I'll again turn the pack over and I'll do a Hindu shuffle. There's a few ways of doing this, a couple of main ways I do it. So I normally grab a big section out from the middle and keep the rest of the pack in my hand with the blue card on the bottom. I then Hindu shuffle into that right hand, and I can use my right hand then to turn over and point to cards to say, oh, it might be the 6 of spades, or it might be the 3 of spades. And of course each time you're just subtly showing a blue back, which the spectator will think is a different blue back each time. It's a real powerful thing to do. The other way of course of doing this is again Hindu shuffle, but this time take the bottom card, or the top card in this case, the blue card, in your other hand, and use your left hand to point to cards and say, oh yeah, it could be the 3 of spades, it could be any of these cards. So once you've finished your shuffle, obviously just make sure that your blue back card goes on top of the deck, and then at this point you can then turn the whole pack face up and ribbon spread them on the table, and now you ask your spectator to just touch any card, and of course they have absolute free choice of which card they choose. Let's say they choose this one, the Queen of Diamonds. We can collect the rest of the pack up, make sure they're squared up before we turn them over, and again put them to the side, so again you've got that blue back facing up, and of course show them. Wouldn't it be a miracle if the card that you chose was the one red card that we put into the pack? Again, a great impression at this point with that red card showing against the blue cards and the blue pack. So then you can take the pack for one extra magical ending. Take their card, their red card, whatever it is, so yeah, Queen of Diamonds in this case, and put it on top of the pack. So if you then put your index finger at the top of that and slide out that blue card, as you're doing that, slide the red card down so it covers the rest of the pack. You can then use that blue card to paint onto the red card and say to them, look, we're going to transfer the ink from this card to the rest of the pack. You can put the blue card again down on the table, so again it's all blues on show, and you can spread the pack out for that final great reveal of showing that every card has seemingly changed from a blue back to a red back. Well, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, please like it and subscribe. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. If you've got time, take a look at some of the other videos on my channel, and see you soon.